Okay, hey YouTube, it is me, Shane of FABFITFUN and welcome back to my channel. As always, love having you guys here. And it's time to talk about Insecure episode 3 of season 4. It was a good episode, y'all, so I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. But before we hop into all of that, clearly it's Taco Tuesday. So I made some tacos because a girl really wanted tacos, and I high-key did not want to go to Taco Bell because my stomach was not ready to handle going to Taco Bell. So we made some. So before we get into the food, before we get into the topic of discussion on today, if this is your first time ever seeing this wonderful face, hi, welcome. I am Shayna of FABFITFUN, and I do a little bit of everything here on this channel. So go ahead and hit that red button down below. Subscribe to my channel because I'm super awesome, and so are my hella awesome subscribers. So come on in and join the awesome family. But say with me, y'all, if you were oldie but a goodie, you know I have absolutely nothing but love for you. So everybody go ahead and hit the bell notification down below so that way you don't miss another upload from me. And I think I'm going to keep these Insecure recaps to Tuesday, so that way I give some of y'all time to catch up Sunday and Monday, just in case you might have missed it. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to do these on Tuesdays. All right, so go ahead and set your notifications for that. Put it on your calendars, put it in your schedule for my English folks, okay? And we just go ahead and hop into all of this because I'm ready to eat and we got to talk. All right. So let's chitter chat, shall we, you guys? There's so much that kind of took place in this episode. I don't even know where to start with this episode. Well, I do. And this is a total first world problem situation where I'm kind of like, who does this? Did anybody notice that when Condola woke up at Lawrence's house, homegirl's hair was laid and a hair out of place, but sis did not have on a hair wrap? She had no scarf on her head. Anybody? This is super vain and super, like I said, first world problems, but come on. Who sleep without a scarf on their head and then wake up with their hair perfectly laid like they did? Maybe that's just me. But that's so unrealistic. Issa, do better. Because no girl, especially with Condola's hair type, you're not falling asleep without a scarf on, sis. Come on now. Okay, you're not gonna wake up with your edges perfectly laid without a scarf. Unless if y'all ever saw Napoli Ever After, homegirl did wake up at the ass crack of dawn to do her hair so she could look perfect when her boyfriend woke up. But I don't feel like that's a thing. But come on. I was like, don't nobody wake up like that. Don't nobody wake up like that at all. Okay. Now that I got that out the way, because I was like, this is bugging the hell out of me. I'm over this. I'm so mad. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Lawrence and Condola. This was, oh, good golly Moses. Because I feel like they hit in that end of the honeymoon stage. They were all blissful and all this wonderfulness. And then, reality is starting to set. I also think it's part of it is, the situation with Issa. But, what I found wildly strange, and y'all let me know if I'm crazy, but I don't get why she didn't tell Lawrence about this Friendsgiving that she's having. If you're having a whole ass function at your house on a holiday, you don't tell the dude that you're sleeping with? That you're supposed to be sort of kind of talking to, something in that does not compute with me. I was very, very confused. I'm like, but if y'all are together, right? If y'all are doing whatever it is y'all doing, clearly y'all are at a point where y'all trust each other enough to be sleeping in the same bed. Why didn't Lawrence know about this Friendsgiving? And then she's all the way right. He didn't invite himself. Talk about, well, do you want me to come? And then it's mad awkward if she would have said, no. So I don't know if she just didn't want him around her friends or what the case may have been. Which leads me to believe that part of what the drunk girl was saying with drunk Nikki, whatever she was saying, there's some truth to it. I don't think it's the full truth, but I do think there is some truth to her not wanting to be completely serious with Lawrence. So it kind of threw, it's kind of like they're in this space of oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know this. You didn't tell me that. And then also on the topic of not really knowing much about what's going on with each other, him not knowing she didn't want to be married again. I have a very hard time believing that did not come up in conversation at some point in time. You knew she was divorced. So why was there no discussion about whether or not she wanted to get married again. Like, again, these are things I'm like, I feel like y'all should have had this conversation at some point in time prior to him being surprised as hell at her Friendsgiving, where she's like, I don't ever want to plan another party again or another wedding. And then when they're washing dishes, she's like, yeah, I don't want to be married again. And he's completely blown by this fact. And I'm just like, did y'all not talk about this? What have y'all been doing that you don't know this? Like, I just feel like this is something that you probably should have had said, especially if we're going to discuss the topic of having been divorced, having been, and not just serious relationship, but like divorce means you had a whole ass husband. I find it very difficult to believe that she did not say, I don't want to be married again. Or in some terms of saying she does not want to be married again. Because I feel like that's something I would have shared. Like, I'm not looking to be married a second time. That's something I feel like should come up in conversation ahead of this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and so when drunk Nikki was like, yeah, she's just looking for casual blah, blah, blah. While that wasn't her place to say that because Nikki was way out of line, it's not your place to tell anyone else's story, period. Okay? That should have come from Condola, but I don't think she was completely wrong in her assumption. She's wrong for saying it. I don't think she's wrong for her assumption. And I do think that Lawrence was out of pocket for considering himself a fuck buddy. I think that was too cavalier, because I don't think she would have been okay with him coming to Friendsgiving if he was just that cavalier, like, oh, he's just somebody I'm boning. I don't think that's what it was. I do think Condola's kind of just like, I'm just here. Like, I'm not attaching a lot to anything at the moment, which is right, which is okay, especially as someone who's who's out of a divorce. Like, the last thing you want is to have all this action that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's it. I use regular old ground beef and like that Ortega taco seasoning. Went and got me a tomato. Cut that bad boy up. Got me some fresh lettuce. Man. Taco Bell where? Taco Bell who? So, this whole Condola and Lawrence situation, Chile. I don't know if they're gonna make it, y'all. I don't know. Especially how this episode ended. Like, I think Condola's question of, well, if Issa didn't cheat, would you still be with her? Definitely was like, oh! Because that's a fair ass question. Because we know the only reason why Lawrence left Issa was because Issa cheated, right? So naturally, there's still feelings there. And you can even see it. You can see it when their chemistry is so, like, on point with each other. They're so parallel with each other. And it's crazy because, like, you saw when they went to the cafe, right? When Issa, again, being a fucking weirdo, she's sitting down having, she's with the laptop, and then Lawrence walks in. And the immediate banter that they had was just like, it flowed so well. I mean, he, ruined the end of the movie that she was watching. And then she was like, well, coming to America, they went back to Africa. And he's like, well, and this and that. Like, it was literally, it flowed so perfectly for the two of them. So obviously there is still, like, their chemistry, their energy is still very much alive, which I think also makes it very awkward for when Condola enters into the scene and she's like, wait, who died? Jada? And then, like, Lawrence makes it extra awkward. And then, of course, Issa, the ever awkward black girl, was like, yeah, no, and then she leaves. It was, like, mad weird, but you can clearly see that their chemistry was never lost. Despite what happened and how long they've been apart, that's still there. It's not going to change. And it's going to make things even more weird now that Condola and Lawrence are kind of in this, like, well, I don't know stage. I don't know. Now that Condola and Lawrence are in this I don't know stage. And it's going to get ugly before it gets better. And did anyone else notice how bothered Condola was about Issa? So when she made that statement of saying that I'm the one that should be worried about your ex, Sis, come on now. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Because y'all both discussed you continuing to work with her and dating him. Like, don't do that, sis. Condola, you're better than this. You're better, sis. This is above you. All right, now we gotta talk about Molly and Issa. Molly and Issa. Woo, Chile. We are literally watching a demise of a friendship, y'all. We're watching it. We're seeing it. We're seeing the demise of a friendship. Like, seriously, Molly and Issa. I don't even see it with a lot of shows. I'm like ready for like this big catalyst moment where everything goes wrong. With Molly and Issa, no, this is clearly like a slow break. You have a lot of bumps like that are just happening, and that supermarket scene, I was like, okay, y'all are too much. There's a lot of jabs being thrown that's even too personal even for them to do, quite honestly. And so I think it's going to get real ugly. It's going to get really ugly. Now, y'all know I have ragged on Molly the last 2 episodes. But this episode, I gotta side with Molly because I think Issa was dead wrong for not coming to Thanksgiving. And here's why. And this is the thing that I don't like I don't like when people do this. Don't tell me you're coming. Don't confirm with me that you're coming and then you don't show up. That is bothersome to me. And I find that to be rude and disrespectful of other people's time. Because clearly Issa told Molly, I will be there for pie and all of this stuff. Like, Molly went and told her mom to make the extra crust, crispy crust for Issa, which means you're expecting this girl to show up. This girl told you that she's coming to your house. All right, she texts you, all right, I'm going to be a little late. But then she completely blows off Molly. And I'm just like, girl, no. And I feel like Molly had every right to be upset and text Issa the way that she did. When she said, do you, girl? I felt that because at this point, I done tried with you. Okay, you were blowing me off in different ways. She blew Molly off for dinner when she last minute invited Condola, and now she blowing Molly off during Thanksgiving. Like, sis, what are we doing here? Period. Like, I felt Molly heavy on that one because it's so annoying to plan things with people. Y'all confirm times and places and locations and things, and we're gonna do all of this, and then that time comes, and then you blow me off. That's annoying to people. Like, Molly had every right to feel the way she felt. Period. Because Issa can't. Like, that's not fair. It's not fair. And then Issa had to never look at her phone sideways like Molly did something wrong. Like, especially if, Molly done told her parents, like, hey, Issa's coming by, this is going to happen, blah, 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 and you excited, y'all about to make it personal, y'all about to have pie time, all this other stuff, and then you just don't even show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's rude. That's rude to me. I do not like that. Like, if you're not going to come, don't come. Don't confirm with me. Okay, it's one thing if Issa was like, okay, I'm going to let you know if I'm going to come. Issa straight up said, I will be there. Okay, you text you're going to be late. Fine. All right, you're not coming. You're going to be a couple hours late. All right, cool. But then you're going to text me and talk about, nah, I'm not coming. Like, you could have came for an hour, sis. You could have popped up at Molly's house for an hour. You could have got there 30 minutes. Had a slice of pie, sis. Have a piece of turkey. Okay, play around a taboo. Something. You could have showed up, and you didn't. And that was dead wrong. Dead wrong. I don't care how you feeling about Lawrence. That was wrong. And if you didn't want to go, you should have said you don't want to go. But that was wrong. I should have left Molly high and dry. Like, seriously. Now, back to ragging on Molly. This whole situation with her father, I thought was... I get it. I really, really do. Like, when I tell you I relate heavy to that, I relate heavy to the fact that her father had an affair. But what I don't appreciate is how she was acting out. From like 2 seasons ago. Like, that was mad. Oh, get over it, sis. And that's why, and I was proud of her brother being like, how are you mad? The person that it happened to moved on. This is not your fight. This ain't your battle. Why are you mad? And the way she was treating her dad, I thought was completely disrespectful. And for her to, be totally okay with her mom and be like, yeah, mom, blah, 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 blah. And then you ignoring your dad, like, sis, that's not your battle to fight. He didn't lie to you. He lied to your mama, and she dealt with it. He apologized. He made up for the mistake that he made, owned up to it, and moved on. And you over here want to hold on to that shit? Girl, bye. Move on. Move on. Now, I appreciated her brother being like, this ain't your fight. It's not about you. And you got to stop. Another vanity question. Why does Molly always seem overdressed for different occasions? Is it just me? Molly is always overdressed. Like, she'd be looking cute. But she had on like a whole like tweed inspired like blazer to go to her mama house. That's the very definition of what you wear to living room. Honestly, y'all, high key, I wanted to go to Taco Bell just so I can get some sauces, but I didn't feel like going to the drive-thru. Talk about, can I just have some sauces, please? Okay. Now let's talk about awkward ass Issa. I really want her to stop being so damn awkward. Like, she made that little scene with freaking Condola and Lawrence. It didn't have to be that awkward. Like, you was there first, sis. Sit your behind down, eat your food. Like, why did you have, like, this saw the way she was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then talk about, I'm just leaving. Meanwhile, her food is coming up. Like, it just was, that whole scene could have been completely normal. I don't understand why that had to be so freaking awkward for her. Like, it's inevitable that at some point you're going to be in the same space with the two of them. If you're going to continue to work with her, she's going to continue to date him. At some point, y'all going to have to share a space together. Like, that was completely avoidable. It didn't have to be that way. Now, the conversation she had with her brother at dinner. I'm all in my food. When Issa was telling her brother, Amal, that, you know, she felt some kind of way that Condola was basically profiting off of the work that Lawrence put in. Like, Issa had the BS Lawrence, and then Condola gets his new and improved Lawrence. And I totally understand her frustration with that. But I also feel like that's literally how relationships work. Like, if Lawrence continued to be a bum, that means he did no self-improvement. Like, you learn from the mistakes of your previous relationship. Him not working during the relationship, him relying on her and she having to be the one to support him and build him up. I get the frustration. It's totally just like, what the hell? But if he were in the same place by the time he got to Condola, one, he wouldn't be with Condola because Condola won't put up with it. Two, like, that means he didn't improve at all as a man. And if you're gonna grow and mature as a man, that means you got to do for yourself. And I think that's exactly what he did. I don't think it would. And I feel like the next man that gets Issa is gonna get a new and improved version of Issa, because you should be maturing. You should be learning from the mistakes of your last relationship, so that way when you go into the next one, you don't bring that same baggage, same problems, same mistakes, same immaturity into the next phase of your life. That's literally what growth is. That's what growth means. And so, not to say that Issa shouldn't feel some kind of way, but like, sis, what did you expect him to do? Would you have been happy if he was the same bum sitting on a couch? Would that make you feel better that Condola had him on the couch? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what those feelings are supposed to bring, or what is she getting out of those feelings? Like, you can be mad because all your feelings are always valid, but like, what do you want from this? Would it have been better if he was still a bum? So that way you wouldn't feel like, you know, there was no upgrade for her. And y'all, feel free to disagree with me about this, but like, I just don't get the point of that. And as from the looks of it, Condola really ain't benefiting, so there's that. That part. At the end of the day, he's supposed to have matured. That's what people are supposed to do. That's how life works. I'm pretty sure the Condola that Lawrence has, not Condola that was married. That's literally how people evolve. You get better. You change things that didn't work. You know, and it's not your job as someone's ex to stay where you are to appease your ex because your ex had you a certain way. That's not your job. That could be completely wrong, y'all, but let me know. Let your girl know. Remember I said last week that I think, you know, the introduction of Lawrence was gonna also be like bringing back all the boys. That's clearly happening because we saw a lot of Chad, which I think, you know, him and his one-liners, like, oh my gosh. Legitimately, I'm like, what purpose is he serving? And then, you know, we saw Derek with Tiffany for Thanksgiving via Instagram stories. And I'm like, okay, so folding in Lawrence again means folding in all the boys because he can't be the only guy. He needs to have male friends. But then, of course, we saw we saw at the end of the episode, we see, you know, how he likes Issa's Instagram story with her brother. And not just her story, but like you see how he's kind of reminiscing with looking at everyone else's stories, like looking at Kelly's stories with her aunties, looking at Derek and Tiffany, and looking at, you know, kind of just, and then when he finally lands on Issa's story, you know, he kind of has like this smirk. He's like, shit, he's starting to miss her. And then now I think at that point, he's kind of thinking about Condola's question about, would you still be with Issa? And now, of course, everybody's like, well, would you? Would you? What you gonna do? What you finna say? Do you miss Issa? Which, if he did, that's fair. I mean, because obviously, like, they were together, you know, 5 years ain't nothing to sneeze at. I'm sorry. Like, 5 years of, you know, especially when they were living together, they weren't like just like casually dating. They were in a relationship, okay? They were sharing their lives together. So, and I'm pretty sure at some point there was conversations about, you know, getting married and all this other stuff. So that's not something you just like throw away. Like, okay, I'm done. Like, unless it was like something completely horrifying. Like, yes, cheating sucks and it was terrible and it's not good, but that doesn't erase 5 years. And clearly for Lawrence, it didn't erase 5 years. And I think Condola bringing up this question of would you still be with her if she didn't cheat really kind of made him like, whoa, and then have to reassess the fact that, like, did he abruptly leave Issa? Like, was everything that he did rational? Now I see why they brought Lawrence back, because now they're going to set it up for this potential getting back together of Lawrence and Issa, which I don't think the writers are going to do that. I think they're going to dabble the idea. They're going to dangle it in front of us. Like, are they going to get together? They're not going to get together. I don't think they're actually going to do it. That's my prediction. I don't think they're going to actually get back together. I feel like, this is the prediction, I feel like they're gonna mess around. I feel he's gonna cheat with Issa, and I feel like that's gonna blow up every single thing here. That's gonna blow up Issa and Condola. That's gonna blow up Lawrence and Condola. That's gonna blow up Issa and Molly. That's gonna blow up this whole block party. Like, I feel as though they're gonna do something that's gonna up everything. I think Issa still cares. I think Issa still loves Lawrence, but I don't know if Issa will go back to Lawrence. We got to see how this plays out. He's gonna test the waters. He gonna see, because I think, and now this is all coming full circle, right? I think one of you mentioned in a comment on the I think it was last week's episode about how he just wanted to still have access to Issa, and one of you had said that in a comment. I was like, you're so right. Like, that ass, like, he wanted to still have access to her in some sort of way, and this now gives him, he's now testing the waters. First he wanted that access. Now that he has that access, now I'm testing the waters. Now I'm gonna see what I could do or where I can go with this, because now I have a reason to rethink my choices I made with Issa. We gonna have to see what's happening. Carol Baskins. So that's it. My tacos was banging. I'm gonna finish this one off camera. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it, sis. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know the deal. I'll see you in my next video. Deuces.